Welcome to Core Values Counseling and the Core Values Index. The Core Values Index, or the CVI, is a brand new human assessment that was developed by Lynn Taylor of Taylor Protocols. He developed it because he was working to turn around companies that were unsuccessful, wanting to gain an understanding of how to match core values. So he developed, using his own knowledge of algorithms, a core value index that goes below the personality into the innate, unchanging core of a person. In research done on the CVI, the retest reliability has proven to be 94.6%. Compared to other human assessments on the market, this is head and shoulders above all others. This core values index has been used to change and turn around companies that have been failing. He's done this in over 700 companies around the world. Now he's given me the opportunity to bring it to the mental health professionals of the world. And I encourage you to go ahead and take the Core Values Index, and in the next segments of these video clips, I'm going to take you through your own Core Value Index. I hope that you'll enjoy taking the index, seeing your strengths and understanding yourself at a deeper level than you ever have before, and that you would see the value in using it with your clients or with groups of couples or families or students, helping people to understand who they are at their very deepest core, helping them in building better relationships and being on the correct career path for a lifetime. Thank you, and enjoy taking your CVI. Welcome to the second part of Core Values Counseling Introduction. At this time, you should have already taken your CVI. At the bottom of the screen, you'll see an address that you can reach me at. If you haven't already received your CVI, contact me at that email address. At this time, we're going to unpack your CVI, so please print it off and have it in front of you. So just a really quick background, as I've shared with many of you, Lynn Taylor developed this. He wanted to work with companies to help them match the values of a job with the values of the people, and that's when he decided to develop his own Core Values Index that would do just that. So his theory is based on Maslow's hierarchy of needs. As people go up the hierarchy, that they're able to reach a point of self-actualization. What Maslow decided was that people only ended up in that higher self-actualization place by accident. What Taylor believes is that through the Core Values Index, if they begin to understand who they are and work through that, they're able to move into this self-actualization much easier, much faster than they would unless they know more deeply about themselves. As I've mentioned before, the test validity and reliability is very, very high at 94.5 or 0.6 in the two different studies that have been done on it. Taylor Protocols developed their own hierarchy, and they believe that at the real core of a person, that is who you are. If you understand that, that is the beginning of self-knowledge. Then you go to the next level, and that's understanding what you are, what your competencies, your talents, your skills, the things that you prefer. The next one is understanding your calling, your mission in life, fitting yourself with that right role in life. It leads to that peak place in their life, a peak experience. This is the basic key that you would use with clients: builder, merchant, innovator, and banker. As you look at these, you wonder, why did he name them these things? And what I want you to think about is that there were, in every society, these four main characters that built a society. We had to have the builders. They may have been the hunters back in the hunter-gatherer society. They were the ones who had power within themselves and the faith in themselves to get the job done and do what needed to happen. Merchants, on the other hand, are based in love and truth. These are the people in the society that have relationship at the very core of who they are. Merchants are all about understanding and nurturing each other's core values in themselves and in others. They see the way things are and they speak truth, and that's the main value of a merchant. If you look down into the innovator, innovators would have been kind of the engineers of the tribe. Their core values are wisdom and compassion. As you see, each one of these have a main core value that's in yellow, followed up with the blue is the supporting or the catalyst of that core value. So for the innovator, it's wisdom and compassion. And compassion is, if you can think about the Latin word compassion, com means with. That means that they're able to stay with a problem until it's solved. They're also able to stay with the person until the problem is solved. That's what they do really well. The banker is oftentimes the most misunderstood of all of the values. Their core value is knowledge, supported or catalyzed by justice. And oftentimes bankers are misread as being the Scrooges of the society, or the ones that are hoarding information or money or resources. But actually, when we give them all of the value that they are due and see them as this pure source of knowledge and justice, they become very much a community builder by taking care of the community, oftentimes behind the scenes, by gathering as much information and knowledge and research and data to make all other things come to pass. So as we look at all four of these, we begin to understand that it takes all of these to build a strong community or a strong team or a good family. Not that every family is going to have all of these in them, but each of us has a little bit of all of these in us. Now you might wonder, who am I, as you look at this? And you on your scores have seen that you have the numbers by each one of these things, and maybe your builder is the highest, or your merchant or innovator or banker, and that number is really important. As you think about that, what I want you to look at is the next slide. This slide shows a ladder, so to speak, and what you would want to do is to put your numbers where each of these are. And I'm going to point to that. So say that your number was 29 for merchant. You would want to write out here 29 merchant. Your next one might be 20 innovator. So you would write 20 innovator here. And then your next one might be 12 builder. And you would write 12 builder here. And then the next one might be 8 banker. And you would write 8 banker here. Now the importance of all these numbers are, just as it says up here, if you are a 29 merchant, you're almost always acting out of your merchant core values of love and truth. If your number is here, you are ordinarily or regularly there. And that means that you are energized by that and that you easily function out of that core value. The next one down is if you're 18 to 12 to 18 in a value, then you are in that, but occasionally and only with effort. And on the bottom part down here, if you're between 1 and 11 in one of the core values, you're almost never down there, and it would be demotivating for you to be down here. It doesn't mean that you can't learn the skills to do that and to build that up. I've seen that happen all the time, but it means that it's probably a little demotivating. Now, also what's important is between the numbers, like between 26 and a 16 is your next one down. That means there would be 10-point difference between that. For every 3 points is 1 order of difference. And when you have 3 points and 1 order of difference, it's like, think about an earthquake. Between a 6-point earthquake and a 7-point earthquake, it's pretty big change, as we saw recently in Japan, between the time when they thought it was an 8-point and a 9.0. Huge difference of magnitude. And that's the kind of effort it will take you to move from one core value to the next core value. And that's what we would be talking about with our clients, to help them learn how to move out of one core value when it's not working for them any longer and move into the next core value. And that's building understanding of their strength within each of those values and building a stronger set of values that you can work from. That's a really fast and furious way to understand your core values, and I want to teach you so much more. So I encourage you to watch the next video and learn about what you can gain from taking the core values counseling training. And I'm sure that you can gain a ton. So I encourage you to listen to the next video as well. Thank you. Now we're going to go into part 3, in which you'll understand more clearly why it would be a great idea for you to take the core values counseling training that I'm offering. Thank you. So, if you have been with me for the last 2 segments, of course I've only given you just a tiny snippet of what you would gain through taking the core values counseling training, either by webinar, or you can take the basic training plus practicum on site here in Portland, Oregon. The third option would be for me to come to you. If you gathered together 10 or more people, I would be more than happy to come to you and do a training. My hope is that through the core values training, that you would gain, number one, a deeper insight into your own core values self. That you would learn how to work out of that core values and to become the most effective counselor, friend, spouse that you could possibly be. That you would understand your highest and greatest contribution and learn how to live out of that core value self most of the time. Of course, the next thing is to implement it with your clients. I believe, and I've seen it open up amazing pathways into people's self-knowledge, growing to a deeper level of understanding in themselves, and helping their relationships to blossom. And lastly, to understand themselves in their own career path. I've used it in couples counseling, in family counseling, helping each of the family members to understand and value each other's values. And you'll understand conflict strategies, how you contribute to teams, how you best learn and understand, and how to better communicate using your core values. I find that once we have this language, people instantly gravitate to their core values more easily. It's a profound tool used to help people to understand themselves in new ways that I believe is above and beyond any other tool that we have on the market. So I encourage you to go to my website, and on here you'll be able to go to the different trainings, sign up for them. You can read my blog, some articles in the news about core values, and I hope that you'll be able to sign up and that I will see you either on the web or in person, either where you live or coming to Portland to join us for a training. During training, you will receive all the material needed in order to unpack the CVI with your clients. After the training, you'll receive 5 CVIs to practice with, and when you've completed these CVIs, then we will meet either by Skype or phone. When you become certified, you will also receive a copy of your client's CVI, as well as they'll receive a copy simultaneously. You'll have the ability to buy CVIs in bundles of 10 or more at a discounted rate. Finally, you will also be featured as a certified core values counselor on our website. This feature will be a referral source for you, as there is already hundreds of thousands of people out there who've already taken the CVI and might be looking for a counselor to unpack it more with. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch these 3 video segments. I hope by now you've decided to take a training through me and that you will sign up at our website below. We look forward to serving your needs as a core values counselor and all that you're going to be learning through this process. Thank you. I look forward to hearing from you.